Hey everybody, Jake here, and today I would like to talk about fitting fountain pens into your daily life. I'm finding uses for them, and kind of being able to use them as much as possible while not changing up your entire day to morph around them, but kind of integrating them into your life. Um, and when I started using fountain pens, I found myself wanting to write with them as much as possible. Um, if you're watching these videos, I'm sure you're pretty similar. Um, and I don't just do this with pens, I do this with knives as well, just finding times to use them um, to bring yourself a little bit of happiness. So I just want to go over some talking points real quick. Um, First thing up is, notes. I take notes for all kinds of things, and my little Protea journal thing here. I forget the exact name of this, and I very seriously doubt it's going to tell me. It doesn't matter. Um, but we'll just use this as a visual example. I take notes for work. All day long, I take notes. I've integrated my pens and my notes into my working life very, very easily. I take notes anyway, so I just write them down. I type them up as well, but I write them down just to keep track, so that if I need to go back and look at something, I have it in paper right in front of me immediately. So that's a really easy way. If you're in school, you can do that as well. That's actually a perfect time. I really wish I'd been into pens when I was in high school or college, which hasn't been that long, but I really wish I'd gotten into them before then. I've only been into fountain pens for about a year now, so I wish I could have gotten into them a little bit earlier and started taking notes earlier. But that's a great way to integrate fountain pens into your everyday life, especially if you're in school or you have a job that requires you to take notes. Next thing, start a journal. My wife got this for me, and I use it for a journal. Don't get too excited. I'm not going to show you anything. But the paper in it is very textured, and honestly, I really didn't think it would be any good. But it works decently for fountain pens. There's no bleed through because of how thick the paper is. It's not too textured. But enough about that journal. But just keep a journal. It doesn't have to be, I have a crush on so and so, and I'm going to write it in my journal. I'm going to lock it up, and so will never see it. This isn't, a sitcom. But just keep a journal. I just kind of go over, and I don't use it as much as I really should. But go over your feelings for the day, or large events that happened, or plans that you have coming up, to kind of give you something to think about. It'll be a good way to organize your thoughts and use your pens all at the same time. Next thing up is a planner. I use a Midori Traveler's Notebook for a planner, and I keep a nice little tan pen right here for me. But I just keep up with my days in this. Try not to show you anything important here, but this is just a little kind of per week thing. So it's nice to be able to keep up with that. I usually generally put the date number, like the 13th, 14th, 15th, etc. And then it gives you plenty of space to fill it in. That's nice. And then I have a great little Pokemon notebook here that my wife got me while we were at a store, and I just use it for general note taking. And then I have a blank back here that is also a Midori brand that I use for to-do lists or ideas, things like this. And by the way, this is a fantastic notebook. I haven't considered reviewing this, but if you guys would like to see that, let me know. But I just keep this as a little planner to keep up with everything that I need to do. And it also fits into my life really well. I use it to keep up with, bills, appointments, whatever I need to do. And it works great for that. So if you can find a way to bring that into your life, it'll help you get a little bit more organized. And you can also use it to use your fountain pens. Next thing up, reviews. Not going to show you anything crazy here. But I generally just kind of bullet point whatever I'm doing for the day. And I try to reuse paper as much as possible because this stuff's expensive. But you can see this is for my Iroshizuku ink test. This is for the video that just came out. And this is for this current video. I won't show you the last one just yet. But you don't have to publish them. If you just want to write down personal reviews, go right ahead. But if you want to publish reviews, you know, come on. I don't mind competition. They're not gonna be as good as mine, but joking. But you could easily reveal the last one. Dang it. You can do reviews. You can blog about them, or whatever. It'll give you something to write. Is the point of everything that I'm saying here. Last one's letters. People love this. Every year in February, there's something called NaNoWriMo. Let me see if I can write that down for you. That way you can see it spelled out in case you don't know what it is. Okay, I didn't capitalize the C, but it's International Correspondence Writing Month. NaNoWriMo. There's a website for it where you can post your address and people can send you letters. I did receive a letter last year. I have not responded to it because I'm a lazy and terrible person. But that's a good way to do it as well. So what I did is every day you're supposed to write a letter to someone. I didn't feel like mailing letters off or writing to 28 strangers. So what I did was every day I wrote my wife a letter. Just something to read for the day. So letters are a good way. You can, if you live long distance from some of your family, send a letter to them. They might like it a lot. They might even write back. You never know. And that could be something special that you can share, just like snail mail, versus email or text or a call, whatever you do. A handwritten letter requires a lot of time and effort, and I think that they would really appreciate that for most people. Some people might hate it. Don't blame me if they do. But those are just some ways to integrate pens into your life without pushing it too much. And if you just want to kind of get started, just get yourself this wasn't super cheap, but get yourself a cheap little pocket notebook, and just try writing in it. Try keeping grocery lists or ideas, to-dos, whatever, in a little notebook, and just see how it works. From there, you can get a planner, a journal, write letters, reviews, whatever. Any of those things that might work for you, go and do it. If you have a written assignment, do that on it. Make sure the paper's okay. But just some interesting ways that I use my pens in everyday life that maybe you can incorporate into yours if you'd like to. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and keep an eye out for my next video. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.